start from the knees. Bring the hands in front of the heart, but lift tall through the spine. So just imagine, as normal, someone's pulling that string up all the way through the spine, through the neck, through the top of the head. Relax the shoulders down and just start to connect here with your breath. So we're just inhaling in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. In through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. Just flowing gently with the breath. Filling that lung space. Start to take the palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to start to reach it tall. Interlace the fingers and press the palms all the way up. Feel the stretch all the way along the spine, all the way along the arms. Take the palms down in front of the heart. This time we're going to press them forward. Drop the chin to the chest. We're going to take the hands behind the back. You're going to interlace the fingers, reaching the arms away. If it's comfortable, you can press the hands just to the mat behind you. Otherwise, just rest them in the lower spine. Press through the chest. Take a nice deep breath in all the way in to fill the lungs. Release it out. Again, deep breath in, fill those lungs. Deep breath out. We're going to start to take the hands forward. We're going to come onto all fours and just release the spine. So we're going to go into our cat-cow. Deep breath in. Start to drop the belly down, look up. As you breathe out, you're going to arch the back. Start to press away from the mat. Again, deep breath in. Drop that belly down, look up. And we're just going to flow here for a moment with the breath. And back to centre. We're going to start to tuck the toes, walk the hands back. Now you can come into frog pose, where you keep the hands balanced but press through the chest, roll the shoulders back. Or if it's comfortable, come all the way up. So we're bringing it up into a balancing pose. So we're going to connect the body and the breath together. Open those knees apart so you feel the stretch into the hips at the same time. And we're just going to breathe here for a moment. Trying to keep that spine nice and tall. Again, if you need to place the hands to the mat, so you come into that frog, that's absolutely fine. Just listen to your body. Taking a few more rounds of breath. Slowly walk forward. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So we're going to spread those fingers on the mat. Start to tuck the toes and come up with the knees bent. Gently pressing back into a sort of V shape. But we're just going to pedal those feet. Feeling that stretch all the way up as far as the hips. And when you're ready, start to bend the knees. We're going to do that hover. We're going to lengthen the spine. And then press back through the heels. Now if you need a slight bend still, that's absolutely fine. You can bend the knees. Start to wake those legs up. Again, gently pressing back. And you may want to walk it out. Feeling that stretch all the way up into the hips if that's what feels right for you. And then when you're ready, very gently, we're going to step to the top of the mat. Just start to fold forward, letting the body go nice and heavy. Just holding here for a moment. The head, the neck, the arms, just folding forward. Then we're going to start to straighten the legs, place the hands just above the knees and start to flatten the back. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Breathe here for a moment. Then we're going to start to bend the knees once again. This time grabbing the elbows. And again, you can just hold and hang forward. Or just give it a gentle sway from side to side. Just waking that body up. Again, we're going to come into that half lift, but this time we're going to bring the hands to to the shins with a stretch in the back of the legs. Enjoy that stretch. Bend the knees, hang all the way forward. Just letting the upper body go nice and heavy and limp. And again, half lift. Feeling that stretch. Then you're going to bend the knees, sink the bottom all the way down, and we're just going to bring those hands forward into chair. And just rock that upper body. We're going to really work those legs. And when you're ready, I want you to hold in chair. So bend the knees, reach the arms forward. Try and sink the shoulders back. Breathing here. And swing the hands all the way down to the mat. We're going to start to straighten the legs. Now if you need to come into half lift, you can. Or keep the hands all the way down to the mat, or tuck them under the toes. Just whatever feels right for you. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Again, bending the knees, sinking the bottom down, this time bringing the chin to the chest. We're going to roll up gently through the spine until you come to the top of the mat. So nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in. Rise all the way up with the hands. Interlace the fingers, stretch it nice and tall. And just bring the hands down in front of the heart. Relaxing those shoulders, take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Interlace the fingers, again pressing the palms forward. Drop the chin to the chest. With a stretch from the shoulders. And start to bring the palms up towards the ceiling. And stretch in the spine. We're going to take the hands behind the back and again interlace the fingers at the back. Reach the arms away. Feel the stretch in those shoulders. Press out through the chest. And start to bend the knees. And we're going to start to fold forward, bringing those arms up behind the back. Feeling that stretch. Again, the hands are coming down towards the mat. You can come into your half lift from there, taking the hands to the shins, or come all the way up, like keeping the hands to the mat, or tucking the hands underneath the toes. Start to bend the knees. We're bringing the hands down to the mat, and I want you to step back into a plank position, drawing the belly button in. Just breathing here for a moment. Lower the knees down to the mat. Lift the legs, or you can just flatten them down. And very gently, we're going to lower down through the upper body. And start to lift up. Feel the stretch. You can flatten the arms if you prefer to. Just holding here for a moment. And gently pressing back into child's pose. Stretching from the shoulders. Breathing here for a moment. Slowly up onto the knees, we're going to start to tuck the toes. Bring yourself back into downward facing dog. Take the right leg up with a stretch from the hip. Hold here for a couple of breaths, and then we're going to step that right foot towards the right hand. Slide the left foot back, and you're just going to lower the left knee to the mat. Start to press up through the chest. Draw the body all the way up. Reach it up with the hands. Feel the stretch in the hips. Pull the hands down to the mat. And we're going to press back into that back knee and start to straighten that front leg, lifting the toes. If you want to grab hold of the foot for a little press, you can, but you don't have to. And slowly start to press forward. Spread the fingers on the mat, tuck the toes back to downward facing dog. Find that position. We're going to do the same on the other side. So the left leg's coming up, through the stretch from the hip. Hold for a couple of breaths. And step that left foot towards the left hand. Slide the right foot back as you drop the knee to the mat. Slowly lift up through the chest. Rising all the way up. You're going to lift with the hands. Slowly bringing the hands down to the mat. We're going to press back into that front knee. Start to lift the front leg. Lift the toes. Stay here. If you want to press against the foot, you can. Come back to centre again, spreading the fingers on the mat and coming back to downward facing dog. Again, find that position. And then when you're ready, we're going to move to plank. You can come to the knees if you prefer, or slowly lower all the way down. And lift. With that stretch in the spine. And when you're ready, back to child's pose. And slowly to the knees, tap the toes, but coming back to downward facing dog. All the way up. Lift that right leg once again for the stretch from the hips. Step that right hand, right foot together. Slide the left foot back. This time we're going to stay in a high lunge. So find that position, press into the front foot. We're going to lift all the way up. Roll the shoulders back, with the hands to the heart. We're going to hold here, start to sink that left foot, left knee down if you can. Just holding here for a moment. Breathing here, then that left elbow is coming to the right knee. You're going to roll the right shoulder. If you prefer to bring the hand down to the mat, you can bring the hand to the mat. Or you're going to stay here. Feeling that twist in the lower spine, just keep breathing here. Come back to centre with the palms to the chest. Sink it down. Lower the knee down to the mat. Bring the hands down. When you're ready, you're going to step back to downward facing dog. Again, find that position, and then the left leg is going to come up once again. Feel the stretch from the hips. The left hand is coming, left foot to left hand. Stretch that right foot back. Again, keep pressing into that foot. We're going to rise all the way up. Hands to heart. Sink that back leg down for the stretch in the hips. And then we're taking the right elbow to the left knee. Roll the left shoulder. Again, if you prefer to bring the hand down to the mat, you can. Again, hands come to the heart, sink it down. And then we're going to lower the knee down. Hands to the mat. Stretch back to downward facing dog. Move to plank. Now take your variation, come to the knees and lower from the chest, or we go all the way down. And lift it up. Start to lift a little bit more with the spine this time. And take it back to child's pose. Reach it out. Now you can stay here, or bring the hands to the side of the head and just rock gently to the top of the head. Again, staying here, or interlace the fingers behind the back, feel the stretch through the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe here. Slowly coming down, bring the hands down towards the feet. Sink the upper body forward. Take a few rounds of breath. Start to reach those hands forward, stretch in that child's pose position. Walking the hands down the mat. With a stretch in the shoulders and the upper back. Then we're going to start to come up onto the knees. Start to tuck the toes, come back to downward facing dog. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. And then we're going to step both feet again to the front of the mat. Come into half lift. Bend the knees, fold forward. Again, half lift, or you can keep the hands to the mat. Fingers tucked under the toes, really feeling the stretch in the legs and the lower spine. Bend the knees. Again, we're going to sink that bottom down, come into chair, and come straight into a hold. Chest up, sink the bottom down. Fold forward. Then start to straighten the legs. Take the lift to whatever feels right for you. Bending the knees, chin to chest, roll all the way up slowly through the spine. Come to the top. Roll the shoulders back, take a nice deep breath in. Rise up with the hands. Interlace those fingers. And the hands are coming down in front of the heart. Relax the shoulders back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take the hands behind the back again, interlace the fingers. Stretch from the shoulders, start to bend the knees. We're going to sink forward, bring those hands up again behind the back. Little stretch in the shoulders. And hands are coming down towards the mat. Straighten the legs, take that lift to whatever feels right for you. Bend the knees, take the hands down to the mat. We're going to step straight back into that plank. Drawing the belly button in. And when you're ready, slowly lower. And cobra. Lift it up. Feel the stretch in the spine. In a moment, we're going to introduce our weights. So start to tuck the toes, come back to downward facing dog. Find your position. The right leg is going to go up. Then step that right hand and right foot together. Slide the left foot back. Start to sink the left knee down to the mat. We're going to take hold of one weight. Start to find that position. Press the knee forward so the knee should be just above the ankle. You feel the stretch into the hips. Lift the weight up. And then you're going to tuck it down behind the head and up. We're going to do this for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down in front of the heart. We're going to press the weight forward and hold. Press me into that leg. Feel that burn in the shoulders. Draw it in towards you. You're going to balance it on the knee. Grab hold of it in the right hand. The left hand is coming down to the mat. You're going to lift it up with the right. And just hold here for a few breaths. Take that weight down. You're going to just leave it on the mat for a moment. The hands are coming either side of that leg. You're going to tuck the toes and come back to downward facing dog. And we're going to give the feet a little pedal. Then the left foot's going up. Press it up. Step it towards that left hand. Slide the right foot back. Drop that knee to the mat. Start to find that position with the legs. You're going to grab the weight. Again, opening the hips. The knees should be roughly above the ankles. You're going to lift the weight up. And take it down behind the head for 5. And work those triceps. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it to the front. Rest the arms for a moment, then straight out. We're going to hold. Bring it in, rest it on the leg so the right hand can come to the mat. Then you're going to lift the left arm. And release it down to the mat. Make sure both weights are close by because we're going to step back to down dog. Right foot goes up. Right foot steps forward. Slide the left foot back. We're coming into a high lunge. You're going to grab both the weights. Press into that front foot. Draw out with the chest. Draw the belly button in. We're going to bicep curl for 5. Turn the weights. Palms to the back. Pulse for 5. Burning those triceps today. Start to lower the knee to the mat. We're going to drop the weights. Place the hands down to the mat. We're going to step back to downward facing dog. Left leg goes up. Step the left foot forward. Slide that right foot back. Find your position before you grab the weights. Press into that front foot. Sink the left knee, bicep curl for 5. weights, palms back, pulse for 5. Start to lower the knee all the way down to the mat. We're going to lose the weights for a moment. Hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Finding your position, then we're going to step both feet to the front of the mat. Start to bend the knees, sink the bottom all the way down, grab your weights. We're coming into chair position with the legs. Bicep curl for 5. Feel the burn in the legs. Fold forward, dropping the weights, half lift, feel that stretch in the back of the legs. You may want to walk the legs very slightly. Start to flatten the back, half lift. You're going to grab the weights, roll up through the spine. Now you're going to use the glutes and the feet. All the way up. Roll the shoulders. From here, you're going to step the feet past hip width, turn the toes out, sink down into a squat, hands in front, chest nice and strong, press it out, belly button in. We're going to row for 5. Straighten the legs for a moment, with those knees a wiggle, sink it down. Again, row for 5. Slowly up. Give those legs a wiggle. Bring the feet in together. Again, we're going to roll down through the spine, so soft at the knees, chin to chest. You're going to start to roll very slowly. And then you're going to start to flatten the back. So you're drawing the belly button in. Use the core. And you're just going to hold. So you feel the stretch in the back of the legs. And press into the feet. You're going to fold all the way up. Again, gently down. Start to flatten the back. Press the bottom out. Holding here. Slowly up, pressing into those feet. You feel that in the glutes. One more time. Start to bend the knees, sink forward, drop the weights. You're going to roll them out the way. Then half lift or come to the fingertips. Bend the knees, we're going to come into our plank position. Draw that belly button in, and we're just going to hold here for a moment. Breathing here, then we're going to turn the feet to the side. Come into side plank, lift it up. Breathe here for a moment. Place the hands down to the mat. We're just going to turn the feet to the other side. You may want to position the hands a little bit more central to the mat. Lift it up. To the front, draw into that plank position, slowly lower, and cobra. Feel the lift in the spine. Breathe here for a moment, and then we're going to take it back to downward facing dog. Press it out. Again into plank, slowly lower. Cobra, and then we're going to come into child's pose and rest it out. Bring that head down to the mat, relaxing down. So you don't need to stretch, you can just bring the forearms down to the mat, bring the forehead down to the mat, relax into that position, and just start to concentrate here on the breath. Just inhaling in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. When you're ready, we're going to throw slide one arm under, stretch that shoulder out. And you can do that from here, or you may want to come up slightly on the knees. I'm just going to stretch out that shoulder blade. Do the same on the opposite side. Back to centre, just a relaxed child's pose. We'll start to centre here on the breath. So we can move back onto our knees. With those shoulders a nice roll. Bring the right arm up. The left arm's coming underneath, and you're going to just bring the hands to face each other if you can. Breathe in, lift through the spine. As you breathe out, bring those arms down in front of you, but keep the length in the spine. Release it out. Left arm, right arm under. Hands to meet, lift up through the spine, and then just drawing those arms down. And release it out. We're just going to give those arms a nice shake out, and just bring the hands together in prayer. And you can end your practice here, or you can pop on to my next video where we're going to do some more floor-based gentle stretches. Otherwise, we're just going to concentrate here for the breath.